been peaceful. But tonight, something felt different. The air was heavy, and the usual comforting silence had been replaced by an unsettling stillness. Jack sat in his living room. The only sound was the soft ticking of the clock on the wall. The time read 11:45 p.m. As he absent-mindedly glanced at the hallway leading to his bedroom, he saw it. A flicker, a movement out of the corner of his eye. At first, he brushed it off. It's just a trick of the light, he told himself. But then, the shadows moved again, darker this time, slowly creeping along the hallway walls, as if they had a life of their own. Jack stood up cautiously, his heart beating faster. The shadows continued to shift, forming shapes. Figures, though vague, seemed to emerge from the darkness, their outlines barely visible. They moved closer, as if they were watching him, waiting. "Jack, come closer." A soft, whispery voice echoed from the hallway. It was faint, but unmistakable. His stomach churned with fear. He hadn't told anyone he was home. He hadn't even spoken to anyone all day. Who could know his name? Frozen in place, Jack felt a chill run down his spine. The whispering grew louder, more insistent, the figures more defined. The air grew colder, and suddenly, he heard it. Footsteps, slow and deliberate, coming from the far end of the hallway. His heart pounded in his chest as the footsteps grew closer, each one echoing louder in the dead silence of the house. "Jack, you can't escape." Panicked, Jack turned and ran back toward the living room. But as he reached the door, something cold touched his arm. He stopped, his breath catching in his throat. The shadows had followed him, swirling around him, closing in like a suffocating fog. He looked back toward the hallway and saw a figure standing at the door. A tall, dark shape, barely human, its eyes glowing faintly in the darkness. Desperation clawed at Jack's mind. He grabbed his phone, trying to call for help, but the screen flickered and the battery drained instantly, leaving him in total darkness. The footsteps stopped. The figure at the end of the hallway vanished, but Jack wasn't alone. He could feel the shadows pressing in, suffocating him with their cold, eerie presence. "Jack, you're one of us now." The whisper was right beside him,